Anybody on tour that you know of that is packing?
What a question.
You don't have the answer?
Yeah, I plead the fifth. I got no comment there. I know who's not packing.
This is episode 000 of Smashing Rackets Podcast, hosted by myself, JP Hovey, Clark to my left, Jack Sock to my far left. And yeah, you're probably wondering why we're all sweaty. Jack, tell us what just happened out here on this pickleball court.
I mean, pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. JP and I got out here early in the morning, took on Clark and T Short, who has ran away after the L's they just took early in the morning. So played 2 out of 3. JP and I got up big early, kind of let him back in. It felt bad, I feel like, for a second. And then second game we were in danger for a minute, but I feel like JP, for the non-tennis guy, held his own very well.
That's what I was gonna say. When I first came walking in, what were you expecting?
I actually thought you had played some tennis. I don't know why. I thought
0
at some
tennis.
point. And if somebody had watched, I think they would have guessed that you did, because I think you
Need that clip.
I think you showed out pretty well. I don't think Clark and T Short were too happy with losing to a non-tennis guy.
I appreciate that, man. I like this podcast.
I know, right?
Really JP.
Dude, so, but like going in, like when I'm coming out here to play pickleball, I have 0 experience in tennis. And I watch pickleball, my mom plays. I'm like, this junk will be easy as crap.
Cut that.
Did you have like the same sort of going into, you're like, I just spent 10 years like in the top of tennis. Like, this is about to be cake.
I mean, yes and no. I feel like for people that I've talked to that are kind of ask the differences and everything, I do think the things that I enjoy in tennis, I've had success in singles, but a lot of success in doubles, in a non-weird way. But like, and a lot of obviously the double stuff in tennis is the handsy stuff, kind of reading the court, finding angles and more cat and mouse stuff, which is literally pickleball. So for me, it felt like a sport that's, getting huge. That is all the things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I think a little overconfident at the very beginning, but then you're now playing with a wiffle ball and a paddle that's pretty dead in general compared to a racket. So it definitely took a little bit of time getting used to and adjusting, but it's the same with everything else. Started playing with better players and getting some reps in and now feel pretty confident out there.
Oh, real quick. Yeah, switch your flip. Have you said anything yet or no?
I did earlier, but you can cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it out.
You said you were trash at pickle.
I know.
Yeah.
You guys were shitting on me about how bad you just kicked my ass, but
Yeah.
really it was JP that, stepped up. Best pickleball podcaster in the world.
Yeah. So kind of like the idea of the podcast for myself, I've always been into, not always, but like in 2019, I saw like this opportunity in tennis, the tennis industry, where like they're getting there's no creative media. They're not like, you don't see all these clips on Twitter. You don't see podcast clips of anything. And every other sport has like an active player podcast or whatever. So like what I'm trying to get out of it all is just like shedding that light, giving the players their own platform to speak. I don't know what you guys, the ultimate goal of the podcast, this is just kind of something that's cool to, hopefully we get to episode 100. We look back like, hey, this is what we wanted to accomplish. Yeah. But I don't know what you guys like.
No, I mean, I've been around tennis my whole life. My dad was a college tennis coach at Old Dominion and then founded UTR, I guess, 15, 20 years ago. So I've always been interested in tennis and watching tennis. And
was your ranking always a little higher? Because
no, I wish. And early on, like you could go in there, you could skew it and be like, you beat Roger
edit button
Federer.
online.
Yeah. But I've watched tennis from afar, and I just think the relevance in tennis right now is lacking in all racket sports. So getting Jack a part of this is awesome, and kind of shooting the shit, but also hearing the behind the scenes stories that no one really hears about. And Breakpoint was great, but I thought it was boring as shit. So I think quarterback what Patrick and Mariota and Kirk is doing is cool, but podcasting is becoming big, but it's really kind of shedding the light about tennis and behind the scenes that no one hears about. And obviously you're a perfect example with what you've done in doubles, but also being top 10 in singles. So, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I think, there's definitely definitely a lot more that goes into it than people they see or they think. I was never gonna watch a minute of Breakpoint. I don't.
So you haven't watched a single point?
No, not a minute. Not to break the hearts of if any tennis fans end up watching this, but I don't get involved too much or watch too much. I've a couple buddies of my close friends on tour that play.
Yeah.
I'll turn it on, if they're playing some matches, but outside of that, I'm not too involved in all the tennis stuff, and for some reasons, and some just not, and some that are irrelevant, but a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of time and effort that go into the sport in general, and the difficulty I think of it as a whole, that either tennis fans or just people in general, even other athletes, I don't even think understand kind of the commitment, everything it takes. So it'll be fun to dive into.
Yeah, and it's just like, you don't know, like you could tell, we're talking about Travis Kelce earlier, like you see Travis Kelce, you're like, oh, that's the homie.
Yeah.
There's like nobody in tennis really that, because I'm like the average sports fan. Like I know about tennis, but I don't know like the in-depth part of it. But there's nobody that's like, yo, this guy seems like the homie, if somebody's just watching tennis in passing. But if you were to be running Breakpoint, which 5 players would you have chosen to follow?
I would have. That's tough because you got to. You're hoping it works out kind of based on their play and stuff, because you're obviously filming at that time. So, but if you could do it, if you could have your perfect world, obviously Nick, just with the theatrics. He's one of my good buddies, and I think a bit misunderstood, but he'll always be entertaining to follow. I think, Nick when he's playing well, which was awesome last year. I think myself when I was at my best, would have been pretty fun to follow along with. I haven't watched much of it, so I don't know how Francis was on there, but he's usually, I feel like there's only a few guys that in the tennis world you can pick out and say, oh, those are big personalities.
Yeah.
A lot of the others are eat, breathe, and sleep tennis, and you don't get a lot of action out of them.
Yeah.
But Gael would be a good, great one in his prime, I'm assuming.
What about Kaichanov? I feel like Kaichanov was fun. You might
don't know him all.
Yeah.
Cordial with him, like like a lot of the guys, respectful in the locker room, but maybe like a Rublev, just because you get some he's a little hothead on the court sometimes, but also is a baller. So I don't know, it'd be tough. There's not too many guys that are going to bring you a lot of content.
It's interesting, like seeing Netflix and seeing some of these shows that are, tennis, golf, and football. They're really trying to like spotlight this more.
Yeah.
But I think with tennis, like the last few years, like Kyrgios has obviously done a really good job in promoting himself outside the game. And you have, I don't know, big 3, big 4, I guess you can include Andy in there. But really, how many tennis players are relevant outside of the big 4? And I'm not trying to blow you here or anything, but like in 2016 to 2019, you were kind of the first wave to come on and smash the racket, but also be top 10 in the world and also play in Grand Slams. So I think you kind of, how many more relevant players have there been in the last 10 to 15 years outside of yourself, Nick Kyrgios? Common tennis fan, how many names can they really name?
Yeah, and I think that's what I kind of alluded to a little bit ago, is what I struggle with a bit when, and part of why I don't watch a lot is, and I have respect for all the analysts and commentators, and everyone in the tennis world. It's given me so much. I absolutely love it. It's a sport I'll play, for forever. Hopefully with kids and everything one day. But I do think outside of those big 4 or the names that your average person walking down the street's gonna know, they don't. As reporters in the sport, commentators, everything, they don't do a great job of hyping up players outside of the 4. Like I was just saying a little bit ago, to get to top 100 in the world in any sport, let alone tennis, where there's I don't know how many million people trying, and it's people can't comprehend how hard it is. And so if you're a guy who's 50 in the world and you're playing one of the top guys, on a big court at a slam, and commentators aren't, honestly probably being more negative than positive, not really highlighting what you've done or how hard it is to get there, and you never maybe have a chance. Most of the time you're going to lose.
Yeah.
To one of the top guys. That's why they're so good. But like, at least give them the respect.
Yeah.
Throughout the match and everything. So I think that could be done better.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's not that much difference between like somebody ranked 200 and somebody ranked 50. It's like all kind of just like a mental.
Yeah, I think
could be completely wrong.
No, I do.
But
I think it's actually when you get to that 50 range is when it starts changing a bit, because you'll obviously have how the point system and everything works is you can get guys that'll go play 40 weeks a year and play a bunch of challengers and do really well in them, and then just get their ranking to that edge and kind of just creep over, and now playing in slams or ATP events, and if they've played challengers most of the year and kind of just crept into these, maybe that level, the discrepancy is a little different than a guy who's consistently at 60 or 70 in the world,
right,
playing ATPs. Yeah. But I think once you get inside the top 50 and stuff, it gets a little different.
There's some security too.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can chill for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. You want to have a breakout great week all the time. I was a great example of that with the Paris singles win, but just the way the point system works, which I think is another conversation that needs to go to a 2-year system like golf. But in tennis with the 1 year, there's just every time you come back to that big week you had, there's so much pressure to defend those points. Otherwise, you go from high to low real quick.
The point system is crazy. Like, I've never played on the tour, but I can't imagine having a good month. And then the pressure of just like, oh shit, I got to defend so many points this week. I mean,
that's what makes the top guys so good. Is obviously they have a ton of points most weeks, but they come back and do it. But they also have the security with having 25 of those good weeks instead of some guys are banking on those 2 or 3, 4 good weeks a year to be up there. So
yeah. Ultimately, I think like the storytelling is what's lacking in tennis.
Yeah,
like, there's high school basketball players in the U.S. that have more followers than the best American male tennis players, which is crazy. Tennis has the global audience.
That Mikey Williams here is like, he's playing here in Charlotte now. That dude's got like millions of followers.
Is he
it's crazy. Here? Yeah, he was at I think he was at Lake Norman Christian for a while or something. Yeah,
didn't he just go
over?
Or did he get to Memphis?
I think he did. Yeah,
but he's got 1 more year of high school left.
I'm not sure. I know he was here for at least a year, but that was your like.
I love Mikey Williams. I wasn't even aware. He got in some trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was upstate or something.
Okay. did not. Yeah.
He's got like 5 million followers on Instagram.
No, he's a savage.
Crazy.
Because people were talking about it around here. I saw it on like a City of Charlotte post there. I don't even know, but and then because I didn't know really who he was. I don't follow high school basketball,
right?
Nor does most people if you're not from the school or something. And I clicked on his day. I was like, wow, like,
crazy.
Yeah,
like those guys have such awesome basketball. You can have way more like sick highlights than tennis, but they're like the landing page where like you see a clip, it's like, oh, let me go to his Instagram page, and you see everything else. You're like, oh snap.
Tennis is brutal over here. Like I always felt like, because so much of the world is social media now, and it's where a lot of things happen, and tennis is funny if you're an American. Like I feel like when you like gain a bunch of followers, you do well. It's always like your big result in Europe and stuff. You get all the European tennis because it's so big over there. You do something big over here, and I don't really think it's seen all that much.
Shitty job of like doing the highlights too. Like
tennis TV is the only
highlights.
the only thing we got. Like,
dude, it's a. Were you ever? I know you were on top 10 plays for pickleball. Did you ever get it for tennis?
Yeah, I got actually at the.
Oh, my fault.
At the Open 1 year.
I was unfamiliar with your game.
No. Actually, at the Open 1 year, as a Giants fan, you'll like this one. This is where I was playing Tsonga 4th round on the old Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
I was playing in 4th round, and I don't know what the score was. And I hit a serve, and he like took the return early and like nuked it right near the baseline. I was stuck. Ended up hitting the forward tweener, facing forward off the bounce, hits the net cord and dribbles over for a winner. And I looked over and OBJ was sitting front row, and then that's where he tweeted at me after. And
Did you get the follow?
Yeah, I got the follow and then tweeted at me after, and then we actually kept in touch, and so it was. Yeah,
big.
Dude, when he followed
nuts.
you, did you wait a little bit to follow him back?
I don't think so. I think it was on my old Twitter that got hacked, but it was a Twitter follow, not the IG. But No, I think I followed back right away.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
Have to.
Yeah, that's the dope part with the U.S. Open. You get on that stage.
Yeah.
But like, was that your only time top 10?
For tennis, I feel like maybe there was another time. I know that one.
Yeah.
I can't.
You had some sick tweeners like throughout your career, and I think SportsCenter like just digs that like tweeners. Like, okay, it's hard to hit a tweener, but there's so many other like creative and cool shots.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think again with tennis, people, don't quite understand. I think that's what. Whenever I've had friends or somebody that haven't seen it live, when you go watch in person, you then realize kind of the speed everything's happening, the angles being hit, the court movement, coverage, all that. But I think the way the camera angle is and everything on TV, it looks like it's slowed down a bit and not as fast paced. So I think it's tough to realize exactly what's happening.
One day we're gonna have to have you serve, and I'll try to return it. Because I see, you see the video of Jamie Foxx trying to return Eubanks serve.
Yeah.
When I was filming for Shapovalov one time, we've like gotten semi close, and I wasn't really paying attention, and he just like in my head beamed to serve at me and like stung me, and I like wasn't paying attention. It was probably like 80 miles an hour.
No,
but I'm just thinking like, oh my god, like that junk hurt. Like I can't believe guys return it, so easy, and they'll like come up on it as well. I'm like standing all the way at the wall.
Yeah.
We got to do like a challenge with like Isner, like where you're serving, and you just got to touch it.
Yeah, I mean
just a normal like non-athletic person like can.
If we get him warmed up, I'm gonna err on you guys not being able to touch one.
You don't think I can touch it?
If he actually goes,
he gets 2 serves.
Okay, touch it. Yeah, I mean, touch it. I don't know how the contact will ever be if he's like warmed up and actually wants to go after it and like hit his spots.
I mean, like if I was to be standing across from you, I have no idea where you're going with the ball. So I'm gonna just be standing,
especially him, then
in the middle, and I'm not gonna be able to get there.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is crazy.
I think I would get. I mean, I don't want him to watch this, and hopefully he's not watching. We'll maybe do it in a few months.
I'm gonna tell him right after.
He's watching.
I would probably go out wide. I would jump in and I would go out wide, but I would fake on the deuce side.
If you're on the deuce, I mean, I think you'd have to, because if he hits his spot wide, Novak's not touching it.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to, hit the spot. T, obviously you can use a little bit of reach and touch it maybe, but his wide serve on the deuce when he hits that short spot because it's coming in from that angle is stupid. But it's what pisses me off about golf so much is like tennis. I can go out there and return John's serve on one of these guys, and golf, the ball's sitting right there still, and I can't hit it, where I want sometimes. That's always always been frustrating.
The most frustrating part is you follow DJ Khaled?
I don't follow, but
you see the stuff.
I've seen
Let's
now,
golf. Let's go golfing.
Future PGA guy.
He's like low key. I mean, obviously he's not good, but he is getting better.
Yeah.
I suck at golf, and I watch DJ Khaled. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
There's
he probably
no way.
plays every day.
He does, but
so like you got to get better.
Yeah, but it bugs me. He's like 300 pounds.
What does he shoot? Like 85, 90?
I mean, mad respect to DJ Khaled, but I also don't think he's not that he's not that
good
he's
not
at golf.
Make it.
I mean,
okay.
What do you shoot?
I think his content creator puts together a nice little highlight video of what happens out there. I don't think we see all the. We
got to get Khaled on the course with you.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
What do you shoot around?
I'm a 2 handicap right now. Yeah, I've got playing.
Oh, snap.
Let's say I'm solid at golf.
I would say you're pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about playing like these? What is the tournament that they just played? The football
like Tahoe?
players? Yeah.
Yeah, I played. So that's like my full goal. If you guys want to know my future, it's hopefully it'll be pickleball, the celebrity pro-ams in golf, podcast life is kind of where we're going. So I've been able to play. They have one in Dallas. I've played twice, and they actually just before Wimbledon they had a new one up in Maine, actually in Portland, Maine. Beautiful place.
That'd be
Never
sick.
thought I'd go to Maine.
Yeah.
Put up there at an awesome country club. They had a Corn Ferry event there for a few years.
Oh wow.
Went up there and played, and first round kind of just beat myself. I was so nervous. Can go play tennis in front of anybody, any amount of people. I go tee off in that tournament where you're like actually having to count everything. There's like 3 people watching. I literally feel like I'm gonna.
Is celebrity pro-am?
Yeah.
Like who are some of the other people there?
Played with the the second day I played with Harrison Smith from the Vikings
Yeah.
and Clay Buchholz, pitcher from the Red Sox. And day one I played with we had they had 2 AMs in the first day, so it was kind of just a slower round, a little bit draining, but it was those things are a blast. The one in Dallas, you play with the senior PGA guys.
Ooh.
So like the last day there, I got to play with Colin Montgomery, which was super fun. I played with Vince Carter in Maine, which was sick. Yeah,
Dude,
good?
Insanity. He's solid. He just like if he could take out a couple like wayward drives that he kind of hits, he actually he'd be great. But he's the nicest dude ever. So much taller than I thought. For like when you see him jump and everything, couldn't believe that somebody that tall would do it.
Can you dunk?
If I can palm the ball, I can put it over, but I can't for some reason like get the grip on it sometimes. Dallas played with Ray Allen last year, one round. That was sick,
Bro.
Yeah. No, those things they say they're a blast. Like just the mingling, and you get to hear their stories from their sports and all their stuff, and it was a blast.
NBA locker room, they got the stories.
Probably be nuts. Yeah,
Dude.
Can't imagine.
I know. Were you nervous when you were with Vince Carter, like on that first tee box? Like,
I'd seen him actually at a couple because he played the one in Dallas too, and we passed by hellos and how you doing, but no, not really. No, not too nervous. I mean, it's funny these guys we feel like a lot of athletes love golf so much that we take it so serious.
Right.
So like you get there like. Sometimes the personality like almost goes away a little bit because you're so dialed in. You got like your caddy with you, and you want. I think everyone wants to like show out and like prove that everyone wants to be good at golf and put up good scores. So kind of like on your own a little bit, but once like the round gets going, you start chatting and everything. But no, they're a blast.
It'd be cool to put a mic just like in the golf cart and just hear what
we can go out
from the
there
stories.
and get mic'd up.
Yeah. We're walking the whole thing. So we could do. We could. We could walk and. Throw the mic on the bag or something, or have it on the caddy and just listen to everything going on.
Let me get on the bag one turn.
Yeah, 100%. Dude.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Tahoe's the goal, dude. I've been trying. I tried to get in this year, but I think that one's just tough. There's so many guys that want to play.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
What are the parameters? Like, I mean, is it just
that's what I think.
Celebrity status?
Honestly, I think so. I mean, I think they want majority, very high percentage of like the biggest names they can get, and then maybe a couple spots of like slightly less name but like good at golf, So hopefully I can slide into that, 1 year. But I mean, talking to Marty and some of the guys playing now, Robbie Gould, I've gotten to know, but to some of these, they look. Pat and Travis obviously go, and they're
Have you played with Pat?
Yeah, I played with him a couple times.
He's
and
probably
Travis,
your in.
Was that?
He's probably your in.
Yeah, him and Marty. I mean, Marty obviously set the course
good.
record there a couple years ago and won it. So hopefully that helps
Marty
out.
who?
Marty Fish.
Marty Fish.
Oh yeah, he's like he always crushes.
Yeah, he's a stick. It's unbelievable.
Forget who. We were with Nate Bargatze, and he brought up Marty.
Yeah.
And how
Marty,
good he was at golf. Yeah, that's sick.
With the comedian, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched his stuff for the first time.
Bro,
my sister-in-law and her fiance, they were telling us about him because Cole's good buddies with him, and I was.
Yeah,
he's the funniest. Absolutely love him now. Yeah, I'd never heard him
dude.
before.
He's funny. He's like good, clean comedy.
Yeah,
dad comedy.
Yep.
And for the people that don't know, Cole who?
Yeah, I know. You're just dropping it like normal.
Future brother-in-law, Cole Swindell, country singer, engaged to my wife's sister. So super excited about that. Awesome dude. Super stoked to have him in the family here.
Yeah.
Soon, hopefully, next year at some point.
When you were like feeling him out, was there kind of like some big dogging going on? Like,
no,
what's going on?
I can't compete with that. I mean, he's crushing it.
Yeah. Oh no, not big dog like that.
Oh,
with, like,
yeah,
career. No, just more like I don't know how close you are with your wife's sister. Just like the protective, like let me get a feel for this guy. No,
I mean I feel obviously is not blood family. I mean I do, and they have a brother as well who I'll let he has his role there. I mean I do. Yeah, I mean I felt feel slightly just protective in the sense, just wanted just to be with a good dude who fit in well with everyone. And I mean Cole's definitely that guy. He's an awesome dude. But Courtney is beyond happy. So that's literally all that all that matters to me.
It's
Yeah,
got to be
that's
cool
sick.
for your wife's parents. Like they're either going to a country musician show or they're gonna go watch Jack play a tennis match. Like
Yeah,
interesting.
and I mean, I'm a diehard country, country music fan. So,
Yeah.
not like a weird fanboy way of Cole or anything. I love the music. It's really all I listen to. So, it's been fun to be able to go to some shows and, just kind of see again the behind the scenes of that. What all goes into that
Production is nuts.
industry and everything is just insane. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I probably will butcher the number, but Jelly Roll.
yeah.
Obviously, Jelly Roll is like the man. He did Bridgestone, sold it out, and his like production cost was, I want to say, like close to $500,000. I'm like,
Just to put on the show.
For one
yeah,
night.
for one night, and all the proceeds of that night went to the juvie that he like grew up in, which was
Oh no way.
dope. Like literally the
Yeah.
first time he ever was in Bridgestone, he gave the whole gate to the place.
Wow.
Country music, I mean, that's all I listen to. It's taken off, which is good.
It
too.
is. I do. I feel
Yeah.
like it's getting
Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
for sure.
We got to get Jelly to like the U.S. Open. Jelly Roll at the U.S. Open would be,
That would be
electric.
nuts. They'd get him on like the beer chugging camera, and that would just be game over.
He
This
doesn't drink
guy's
beer,
gotta
bro.
drink.
He doesn't drink. He doesn't drink.
No,
I
he
didn't-
drinks,
Oh, just not
but
beer.
like only tequila,
Okay.
which
Hey,
could
never
be
mind
even
then.
funnier though.
Okay.
U.S.
Yeah.
Open has some tequila sponsors, so I'm sure they
Yeah,
can
they
hook it
do.
up.
Yeah, dude, with the country music, you grew up in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Your parents still live there?
My dad's still in Lincoln. Mom and brother in Kansas City a lot of the time. Still together, but that's how our dynamic was.
Yeah.
Pretty much my whole life now.
And where'd you grow up?
Yeah, I mean, born in Lincoln till I was 10, and then we started going down on the weekends to Kansas City for the Mike Wolf Tennis Academy, who's my coach pretty much my whole life until I got on tour, and then we ended up moving to Kansas City when I was like close to 11.
Got you.
My dad had to stay behind for work in Lincoln, and still grinding and doing that. So, but the rest of us enjoyed Kansas City more. So
Yeah. When'd you move here?
and
We're
I-
in Charlotte, by the way.
Yeah, in Charlotte out here. My wife's from about an hour north of here, and I got it here in summer of 19 after I had thumb surgery. I wasn't able to play for a long time,
Yeah.
so came out to visit while we were dating, and literally never left. Sold my house in Kansas City the next year, bought a house here, and have 2
Yeah.
dogs, and now a baby on the way. So life
Congratulations.
happened. Yeah, thank
Bad,
you.
man.
So what year did you turn pro?
2011, right after I graduated high school.
So you've been on the
Skip
tour
college.
Yeah.
for 14 years. 14 years. Or no, sorry, not 14, 12 years. No, I
Uh,
didn't go to school
yeah.
for math.
Yeah. What's that?
I didn't go to school for math.
Yeah, no, it's college is overrated. Sorry, everyone.
you ever think about going to college either?
I did, yeah. I mean, I was
Nebraska?
took some visits. Honestly, yeah, I did. Kind of gave my verbal to Nebraska. My brother was playing there. He played tennis as well. And the team actually was better than people would think. They made NCAAs for the first time, the tournament, my brother's freshman year, and I would have come in his junior year, and they had like a team full of like German guys, and then kind of my brother and another American, and they were like the number one guy at Nebraska beat Blas Rolla when he was one
Yeah.
in the country that year at Ohio State, and so I think we could have done something cool.
Is your
but
brother older?
yeah, 2 years older.
Nice.
I think it'd be fun
Tough
to
for him.
incorporate.
Yeah.
There should be more college tennis like atmosphere in the pros.
Yeah, I think it's tough when you turn on tennis
Yeah.
channel. You got 16 to 19-year-olds that are battling the pros.
Yeah.
All over the world. They don't probably not gonna have a desire to come over, and
Yeah.
especially they can't make. They're not like growing up in the States and have like the chance at the NIL money and stuff.
Yeah.
Now there's not much.
That stuff's taken over.
Yeah.
Dude, going on tour, like, so you're 18.
Yeah.
I mean, that has to be like, initially I'm like, that's sick. Like, you're traveling the world. And in my head, I'm like, you're making all this money. Obviously, you're not until you get into
Right.
whatever it is. But like, I mean, was it tough, like being away from everyone? Because how many weeks are you home? Like 3 weeks out of the year, it seems.
I mean, early on when you don't think about your
True.
body and the wear and tear, and commitment it takes to travel around the world, you play as many weeks as you can. I think the very beginning is tough, and this is kind of part of the behind the scenes stuff when people think it's all rainbows and butterflies, and you go out there and I finished high school, have my group of buddies that are in social media now, seeing them at college having the best time of their life, and I'm traveling around. I'm in the worst cities in Florida and everywhere at a park with no windscreens, with, no lines judge, and playing a 32-year-old guy who's trying to put, dinner on the table that night. And I'm like, what am I doing out here? Like, I could be at school or playing college tennis. And obviously if things go well, and beyond, blessed and grateful that they did, but if things go well, it's the greatest decision, and some people get stuck and they don't really get out of it. And then it's kind of resetting life almost at that point, because now you've gone to school. And so it's tough at times, but if it turns out well,
Is there a part of you that wish, like, now, I mean, you've obviously had a very, very impressive career. Is there a part of you is like, I wish I went to college for like a year or two?
Yeah. Solely to see how we could have done it at Nebraska, and with my brother especially, because I went the non-traditional route with tennis and played 4 years of high school tennis, and like went to school.
Bro, you had to have been dummying kids in high school.
What were the scores? Like,
I don't know. I got the 80-0 record. I don't know.
80-0?
I mean, Kansas high school tennis.
You have to be the winningest player of all time.
I mean,
we need to check
you
that.
have to be the best high school tennis player ever.
You know what's nuts is the way they did Kansas high school tennis, at least. I mean, I won singles state. So you couldn't play both. You like qualified for state in either singles or doubles, and which is crazy. Like I couldn't play both. So like you had guys on the team that were like kind of like singles, like you'd make like singles specialists and try to like get points to qualify for state, and then you have doubles teams. But like I won state all 4 years in singles, and our doubles team, I think we won like three of the. We won the team state my last 3 years, but my freshman year, my brother was there, and I made a really good friend, and he and our really good buddy, my brother, won doubles at state, and I won singles at state my freshman year, and we did not win state as a team, like for the school, because we were the only ones that qualified.
Yeah.
So we could only get X amount of points, and there's other school that had like 3 singles guys and 2 doubles teams, and they got like 11th, 9th, and like put up and just had more points, and it was super frustrating, but.
That doesn't make any sense.
Kansas high school tennis for you. Yeah.
Dude.
80-0. Wow.
Yeah, got him.
What was your high school record?
Oh, I don't know.
Clark's college tennis player? Don't sleep
all
on
I know
him.
is I have the most singles wins I went to Hampton City in Virginia.
Okay.
All boys school. So
most singles wins there?
Most singles wins. Yeah, there.
That's sick.
That's not 80-0 though.
But that's sick.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
You got a record at college?
Yeah.
All boys college?
All men's college, yeah. Well, you'd like to say
Tough
all
decision,
men, not all
right?
boys. Well, I mean,
What else do we have
yes
to say about
and
you?
no. I mean, there's a school Longwood, like 10, 15 minutes away.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just boys 7 days a week, and you're allowed to bring your girlfriend and girls over during the week. So it's not like it's not like a prison, but
The locker room's hype.
a lot of partying.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So.
You guys probably had a great time.
Yeah.
Tennis team shower together?
No.
Do they in college?
Community showers?
Because football, basketball, they all kind of.
They got a couple of those in locker rooms in tennis, and it's like, I'm going to wait my turn.
Someone, I saw
got a
this on
question
Instagram
for
the other
that.
day. I think it was someone in DC. Maybe it was like Drake or something like that. Posted like the showers of the Capitals, and he's like best showers, and you could just see like
Drake.
10 showers just in a row. Like, do they just shower with each other? Like
For sure.
there's
Hockey
no
guys,
privacy?
for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they care. I think they just roll in there, all
Yeah.
take off the pads, and they're ready.
So
Yeah.
no showering together for tennis college. They have community showers at some.
A couple.
What tournaments?
Rome.
Yeah, they like to get naked out
Rome
there.
with very small towels as well is weird, and like it's just
So if you're blessed, it's tough. You can double towel.
I was just saying, if you're not, it's not a big deal. But there's a couple. I think pretty sure Del Rey for a couple years was until they kind of redid some stuff. There's another somewhere like a random like Basel, Switzerland or some end of the year.
I'm stealing this question, but from Bussin', but you meet peak in there.
I usually, like I said, try to wait my turn, and then I would get in and get out, or honestly wait to get back to the hotel. I mean,
is there anybody on tour that you know of that is packing?
what a question.
You don't have the answer.
Yeah, I plead the fifth. I got no.
We'll bleep it out.
I got no comment there. I know who's not packing.
Hey, one day they will be exposed.
It will.
Dude, that's funny. But yeah, being on tour when you're young, what was like the first tournament you won that was a significant amount of money? And I also heard that, I don't know if this is true, but do you have the option to get your prize money in all cash at some places?
No. I mean,
tough seeing that facial expression.
I don't think so. I know, like,
Futures,
especially
right?
like early on, like my first couple US Opens, you could go in and like when you did your prize money receipt at the end or whatever, because there's either taxes or write-offs or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
You could ask for some cash, like if you just wanted cash for something, you could get.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could rock in and be like, yeah, I want 100 G's in cash.
100 G's in cash right here, right now.
Yeah,
Just
no.
Stack it up.
I was misled.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, early on, probably that 2011 was my first U.S. Open as a pro.
Yeah.
After high school, and I got a wild card for winning Kalamazoo and was able to win my first round, I think against the French dude, and then played my idol growing up, Andy Roddick, also Nebraska guy. So
He's a Nebraska guy?
from Omaha, both diehard Husker fans. He's here in Charlotte now.
Dude, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's diehard Husker fan.
Were you nervous playing against him?
Yes and no. It's like it was my first time. We played on Arthur Ashe night match. First time on ESPN.
That's
or ESPN
19,
2, whatever it was. I was 18. I turned 19 after that tournament. Right after, and yeah, it was like nervous excitement though. Like I also had absolutely nothing to lose, and so I actually went out and played. I didn't play too bad. Lost, I'd break each set or something, and and then went on to got a wild card in mixed doubles with Melanie Uden and won the mix that year out of nowhere at 18. So that was kind of the first.
That's sick.
Which was sick. Finals on Arthur Ashe and able to win. And
19-year-old.
How many Grand Slams do you have?
I got 4.
So combined, this podcast has 4 Grand Slams.
So wait, what is that? That's 2 Wimbies.
We got two Wimbledon men's doubles, a U.S. Open men's doubles, and the mixed U.S. Open.
And you won the men's double. You won the U.S. Open and Wimby with Mike Bryan.
With Mike Bryan, same
Other
year.
one with Fossick.
Yep.
And then Melody O'Dan. Wow.
Yep.
What was the first big purchase? It doesn't even have to be something massive. Like
I think
some guys will be like, I got some Air Maxes. Like whatever.
No,
it is.
I don't even know. I mean, I got like a townhome in Kansas City, just to have my own place, and got a BMW sedan. I mean, I'm not really never really went like crazy big, kind of just followed along with where I kind of was in life. Like wanted my space, got a house, wanted to upgrade my car a little bit, but never, I'm not like a multi-car guy or any like big crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus just like, I mean, you know how hard it is to stay at the top. Like, sure, you might win mixed doubles. I don't know what that prize money is, but it's like, it's not like you're just all of a sudden swimming in a whole bunch of cash. And like, what was your ranking after U.S. Open?
And my dad's a financial advisor, so that wouldn't have flown. That wouldn't have gone very well. Which was honestly a good thing. Keeps it a little tighter. My ranking after the I don't even know, because I hadn't played. I mean, I'd played like futures and stuff while still in high school and some challengers, but I don't even know. Maybe probably around had to be top 200 maybe after that, or I don't know necessarily.
You've had some, impressive, like what's impressive U.S. Open moments. What's the 4th round quarters? You made quarters?
If not 4th round there, 2016, 17.
I don't know. All the years blend in.
I know.
together.
I think 2016, I made 4th round. That was when I lost to Tsonga. At U.S. Open 4th round, French Open 4th round, Wimbledon 3rd round. Aussie I never really enjoyed, honestly, that much.
Yeah,
too fucking hot.
It's too hot. If any tennis people watch this, I'm a profuse sweater. And never that enjoyable. Travel, obviously, trip is crazy. Beautiful. Like I want to go and not play tennis.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go see it and enjoy it. Yeah, exactly. See it and enjoy it. And but I've had some good runs in singles over the years.
We should have had you think about this before, but just your personal top 5 U.S. Open moments. I don't know if you can come up with that. obviously one of those.
I gotta. I mean, in no particular order.
Yeah.
I mean, playing Andy at that age on national television and on Ash for the first time was sick. I mean, winning the mixed has to be up there. Winning the men's doubles definitely up there because I played pretty crazy in the final. It was sick. It was one of those kind of blackout moments, and just everything was ticking. I mean, that 4th round match against Songa was crazy. And honestly, the way it ended unfortunately, but the way I played, the way I was playing for about a set and a half against Zverev a couple years ago, and he was the top 5 seed, and people had kind of written me off at that point, I feel like. And I was one of those moments again where you're unconscious for a bit, and I was playing ridiculous, and unfortunately ripped the adductor mid-match. But it was fun just with the crowd and everything. It was kind of finally getting behind me again, it felt like.
Last year you played Schwartzman last year, right?
Yeah, same. I was playing great, and that was tough. That new Armstrong is a sick court, but they leave like above that lower bowl. It's like a small opening, and it was like heavy rain and crazy humidity that day with all the moisture in the air. And I, again, as a profuse sweater, and honestly tried everything under the sun. Yeah, and I think it's sometimes when it's like those conditions, there's just not much I can do. And
I remember watching that match, and it was similar to what like Alcaraz happened to Alcaraz at the French a little bit. You were playing so well, and then you kind of just like physically just kind of deteriorating, cramping.
I think I'm losing more than I can put back. Yeah. So unfortunate.
Oh, dude, it just seems so brutal. Tennis, it's like. Because when I'm watching, the more I get into it, like you could lose a match 6-2, but it's like pretty close.
Yeah.
Right.
And which is just wild because, somebody like me, I just see the bottom line. It's like, oh, Jack loses to Zverev and it's 2-6, 2-6, whatever. I'm like, oh, damn, you got smacked. But then you actually watch the match, and which mentally has to be tough. That would be fun to dive into in another episode just because watching how some of these guys, just like especially young guys on tour, I mean, your teams are. How old was your coach?
How old was my coach?
Yeah.
I've had a few different, but I mean, I've had older coaches and younger coaches, and
I get what I'm getting at is like you're never really around people your age, like in your day to day,
right?
Which as a kid, mentally, like I would imagine takes a toll. Like, be kind of boring, in my opinion. You're doing all your practicing a bunch. You're always tired, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I think that'll be cool to get into in some other episodes. Schwartzman, he seems like the homie.
Yes, he seems love that dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody loves him.
Just a nice dude, and like his accent's funny. Obviously, he'll say he's on the shorter side,
tiny.
in height, but he like embraces it, and it's hilarious. And we've had some great Laver Cup moments. I mean, he probably hasn't played as well as he wanted there, but it's been awesome to have him on the team a couple of times. And winning last year, we all seen him dance after, and we were all having a good time and celebrating. It was classic.
So as you're transitioning more, I mean, I guess it's kind of out there that you're transitioning to go play pickleball full time here in the next few years, and hopefully even next year. What is what's your tennis schedule for the end of this year? Like, you're planning on playing the U.S. Open? Are you planning on trying to play Laver Cup? Like, I know that hasn't been fully announced.
Yeah, I mean, U.S. Open for sure. Whether it's my last one or not, hopefully I get in. I've asked USTA to help out with some wild cards and stuff since I haven't been playing as much recently. But I mean, I think probably a lot of people know on the tail end of my career, as I've been doing it a long time and been enjoying pickleball, and it's going to be a way to stay competitive and easier on the body. And I've had some rough injuries and stuff, so I'll play the Open. If I get the call for Laver Cup, always, it's I mean, U.S. Open as an American is obviously up there. Indian Wells has always been one of my favorites, but Laver Cup, it's just sick. And this year's in Vancouver, home of Lululemon, so that would be super fun. Be able to see the headquarters and stuff, and hopefully get both those opportunities. And
Yeah.
we'll see after that.
I mean, definitely ever since when'd you join Lululemon?
Start of last year.
Yeah, I mean, ever since then, you really don't deal with that sweat problem as much.
I mean, no, their material is different. I mean, I think.
Right.
Lulu shorts right
Imagine
now.
if you would have had them before.
I know, right? I mean, would have been chilling. No, they make the best product out there. Sometimes you can see it on the price tags if you go in there, but at the same time, I think it's you can buy one thing there and it'll last a very long time, unlike some other.
Maybe
brands.
one day we get a used code sock for 20% off.
There you go.
Lululemon.
I want 50% off.
Get that ambassador code.
Real quick, we can wrap up soon. But we're talking about the Laver Cup. It seems like the sickest tournament.
It's unbelievable.
Like the walkout. What are like the best parts of it? The walkouts seem sick. Like,
I mean, just the whole the fellowship with the group, with the team, especially Team World, because we've been lucky to have a couple Americans at least on the team. I mean, Isner's probably my top best buddy on tour, and so having him a bunch, and I don't even know. Yeah, the locker room is a blast. You get the speaker going, and we're going crazy for each other. It's super fun there because with the scoring, playing the 10-point breaker, you're indoors, controlled climate, everything. Like you can genuinely be out there, spend as much energy as you want supporting your team, which we never get to do in an individual sport.
right.
And we've had John and Nick and some close buddies, Francis, Sam, over the years. You get to genuinely cheer them on and enjoy being out there and not worried about do I need to be resting and saving my energy for my match. You can play right after and not have any problems. And
I think I mean, it's similar to the Ryder Cup. Obviously, it's different.
Yep.
But the Ryder Cup, the Laver Cup, the President's Cup, again in golf, it would be so much better if tennis could produce more team moments.
I said, my dream world would have been like 10 Laver Cups a year and 10 ATP events a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That'd be nice.
What do you think about the UTS thing? I think they got a good idea.
Is that the one down in Aussie?
That was the one.
It's Patrick
in LA.
Oh, in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen much of it. I saw Nick post about it because he was coaching, or did he play?
He was coaching.
He was
He was coaching. Yeah, he was coaching, and I think there's a big space for that. There has to be. You could do we've talked about Nick and Gael and a couple of us have over the years talked about some sort of all-star weekend for us type of thing where
Dude,
a skills challenge.
Y'all
They're
hit
going to
some
do this in
basketball?
tennis right after I say this.
No,
but
you're going to be the creator of it. They have to
We
give
have
you
the
credit.
clip.
That's true. And some sort of skills challenge, coolest shot or tweener, try to find something new and incorporate some sort of team thing and just have that bonding, because that's when the personalities come out in tennis, and that's what I think people love. That's why Laver Cup has become so cool, and not to pat ourselves on the back, but Team World obviously is the non-robotic side, and we showed our personalities and our celebrations and everything, and people were just eating it up. But that's who we are. You just don't get to show it that often when you're playing by yourself all the time.
He hasn't talked about it yet.
I know.
Jack did beat Federer in his last match, and
man.
when
Did
I
Jack Sock make Federer leave tennis?
before that match, I was thinking, this is staged.
That's
kidding,
what everyone
Roger.
thought.
But
We can get into this.
But then, as I've learned over the last few years, there's a lot of prize money at stake compared to
I was gonna say.
losing team and the winning team.
Oh.
We won't drop numbers, but there's
I've heard
definitely a
it's-
bag to play for.
I've
that
heard
you
it's
definitely
crazy.
want. And each guy, if the winning team, each guy gets the same amount. If you win, definitely you like seeing it come in the bank account. If you can win, that's what's been so frustrating, because we've actually been one match away, match point one year for John, I think, and never gotten it, and knowing the Euros that already make all the money in tennis now,
Right.
they're getting that extra thing. So that was
Dude.
Roger, all those guys I have incredible respect for. I feel like I've become good friends with Roger, and it was fun it was incredible to see him out there again and play, and you could tell obviously the knee was I actually thought he played well for not playing, and I actually thought Rafa was maybe a little tight or a little off, but at the end of the day, every point helps in that thing, as we've seen over the years. So we wanted that bonus and to finally win. So
Dude, I didn't know. So even if you just play one doubles match, you get the same amount as.
Yep.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, so maybe we just need to get you on if as you transition out, we get you on a Laver Cup contract, and a UTS contract.
That'd be super. I mean, UTS. I mean, it's not. Whenever tennis is done for me, I'm not gonna just disappear. I mean,
right.
I'm not gonna be coaching or doing anything. I mean, at tournaments and stuff, but exhibitions and that type of stuff, I'll be. I'm doing one in November in San Antonio, already and stuff. So I'm not gonna be out of it completely, but yeah, we'll see. I'm down for. I love team stuff, whatever. Those things are a blast.
So it's going to make pickleball interesting too. So we're excited to see what happens in pickleball the next few years since it's just so new.
Hopefully it keeps trending in that direction.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got all those guys, LeBron and KD. Yeah. Everyone's involved. I'm sure you'll get to cross paths with them. Technical difficulties. We're back. Usually we would throw an ad read in there. So if you're a sponsor, get at me. I'll send you we'll drop my email in the description. But before we wrap it up, who are like three to five guys that would be like the favorites for the U.S. Open?
Probably gonna go Novak, and Novak would be my. I mean, I think if he's playing well, which is just insane with how long he's been doing it, and in tennis he's considered old and stuff, but just the way he's playing, and if he's on, I think it's gonna be tough to beat. Obviously, Alcaraz, got him at Wemby, but. I mean those two have to be the top two favorites, and I don't even
sleeper.
I feel like I don't know. It's tough. I think Fritzy and Foe. Always if they're playing well. The big games, and obviously Francis' run there last year. Will help him a lot this year with the confidence, kind of that breakthrough. Slam moment for him, and Fritzy's got a big game, can kind of, rip most people off the court if he's playing well. But I think when for some reason you get to like that Novak or, Alcaraz, for the most part, I don't know. There's just a little edge there. It's just tough to get over. Medvedev, obviously, always kind of in there. I don't know. Taking Isner. I'm going to take Isner to win.
Right.
Yeah. He's going to serve everyone off the court.
Obviously, if you get the wild card, you're the favorite.
Yeah, we can go with that. Maybe in doubles and mixed.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm all set. You got anything else?
Oh, awesome.
All good. Let's get rolling.
Yeah.
Let's get this thing going.
Solid. Subscribe. Leave comments. More episodes, more content dropping soon. Appreciate you guys.
Smashing Rackets.
Smashing
Let's
Rackets.
Go.
Cool.
Nice work, guys. That was fun.
Slide
I thought it was